Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Thibodeau. So we're jumping into lesson 79, which should be a pretty easy one. Area of a triangle. When we're talking about the area of a triangle, it is going to be maybe a little startling to figure this out. All a triangle is in geometric terms, is half of a square. Two triangles together, two identical triangles, will make a polygon, a parallelogram of some type. Okay, so what I mean by that is all of these triangles. Okay, if you make an exact copy and flip it over the hypotenuse, you are going to get a parallelogram. Okay, which means our way of figuring out the area of a parallelogram is going to work for an area of triangle, except of course at the end we're going to divide it by 2 because this triangle is half of the parallelogram, right? So we just do our base times the height in order to figure out the area of the parallelogram, and then we divide it by 2, and that's it. That's all there is. The one hiccup there is that in many of these triangles, unless they are a right triangle, you have to find the height, okay? And sometimes that means breaking a triangle into 2 parts, which can be a little difficult, right? So here we have a triangle, okay? One triangle, which is half of a parallelogram, okay? But we can't use this line as our height because it's at an angle, right? It's going to be longer than what we want. We need the height. So first we have to find the height, and then we have the base. We multiply those together, divide by 2 to get our answer. So we come over here to figure out the height. Here we're told the hypotenuse is 8, the short leg is 5, and then they even give us our height of 4 centimeters. Okay, so if we know the height is 4 centimeters, then all we do is do 4 times 8 equals 32. Divide that by 2 equals 16. So 16 centimeters squared. That's important. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay, now if we don't have the height, you might have to use the Pythagorean theorem of a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a is the short leg, b is the long leg, and c is the hypotenuse. And that'll give you the length of one of the sides. In this case, you wouldn't be able to really do it because you don't know what that space is, right? You know 5, you know 4. Knowing 5 and 4, I could figure out that length there. But if I already know the height, I don't actually need that, right? Height is the goal. But just so you know, that might come up. Probably not in this chapter, doesn't look like. So I don't think you'll have to worry about the finding the using the Pythagorean theorem just yet. But just so you know, yeah, so that one you're given the height. You're given the height here. With B, let's do a quick thing here. So is 6 the height or is 8 the height? Well, when it comes down to it, if 6 is the height, that means 8 is the base. If 8 is the height, that means 6 is the base. Either way, 6 times 8 or 8 times 6, it's going to be the same thing, right? Now, of course, once you get, was it 48? Once you get 48, you still divide by 2 either way, and so your answer is 24, whichever way you do it, okay? This one is probably going to be one of your harder ones, D, but again, not really. They've already told you the height. You don't care that this space right here doesn't actually exist, okay? That doesn't matter. 5 centimeters is your base, 6 centimeters is your height. That's all there is to it, okay? Yeah, that's, I think you guys will do just fine here. Let's just do 8 through 20 all. And that's it. Have a good one, guys.